There's so much to appreciate in our beautiful world. There is so much to behold in this beautiful world. There's so much I see. We are blessed, you and me. As I think about it all, I am left in awe, appreciating everything, expressing the holy, 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 divine. There's so much to behold in this beautiful world. There's so much I see. We are blessed, you and me. As I think about it all, I am left in awe, appreciating everything, expressing the holy, 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 divine. One more time. There's so much to behold in this beautiful world. There is so much I see. We are blessed, you and me. As I think about it all, I am left in awe, appreciating everything, expressing the holy, 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 divine, holy,
Holy divine. Friends, I invite you to take this idea of holy divine and relax a little more deeply into your seats. Close your eyes or soften your gaze if that's comfortable for you. And just hold on to this idea of holy divine and become aware of your breath and relax into this moment. Relax into this experience of appreciation, gratitude for all that currently is, all that has been, all that will ever be. Both here in this manifest realm and everything that exists in potential. Exists in potential as we come to the realization that the holy divine is expressing as us. I am one with the one. And I am grateful. I am grateful. Tanto, 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 so much gratitude lives in me. I am one with the one. And when things here in this manifest world become a little too uncomfortable, a little too separate from the truth that I know inside, I know I can close my eyes, softly breathe, and settle into the stillness, into that silence where Holy Divine is expressing. Holy Divine is expressing. I am an individualized expression of love, of life, of wisdom, of joy. I am an individualized expression of eternal, unconditional love and absolute good. And I bring my full awareness now to the stillness and to the silence where I simply breathe with the truth. I am one with the one. When I sit in the stillness and the silence, there is so much gratitude, so much appreciation for all of life, and everything I see is holy. I am one with the one. I am one with all things, and I am grateful. So much appreciation for the Holy Divine in, as, around, and through me. And so now, with a gentle breath, I invite you to bring this appreciation, this gratitude, this truth of knowing I am one with the one back into this moment, this manifest place and time, and simply say, I am one with the one, and I am grateful. Together, I am one with the one, and I am grateful. And so it is, and so we let it be.
There's so much to behold in this beautiful world. There's so much I see. We are blessed, you and me. As I think about it all, I am left in awe, appreciating everything, expressing the whole. There's so much I see. We are blessed, aren't we? As I think about it all, I am left in awe, appreciating everything, expressing the holy, 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 You know what? Rev Todd is going to sing us. Oh, Rev Todd is going to sing. Yay! Rev
That
God
is not truth.
Oh, my words are all coming out wrong. I just called you Rev God. Okay. Rev Todd is going to be speaking and sharing a wonderful message with us. But before he does that, we're going to sing a song by Robert. What's his name? Robert Anderson. And it is a call and response. And so I hope that you will join me in responding. Here we go. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. A beautiful expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. Magnificent expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. 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 I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. A beautiful expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. Magnificent expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God. 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 I'm 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 a unique, unrepeatable expression of God.
I think we liked that song. Did we like that song? Little funk going on. Happy Sunday, friends. Everything begins with a thought, Patty. Imagine that. Everything begins with a thought. We're talking again today about the 10 Commandments, everybody's favorite. It's going to go on for a little while because there are 10, you know. We're on the third. We're doing a 10-part series. Ooh, yay! Yay! Scripture every week for 10 weeks. They won't be 10 weeks in a row. Again, the 10 Commandments, Moses goes up onto the mount and gets the 10 Commandments, brings them back down. And, because they're wandering through the wilderness, trying to get into the promised land. And, everybody's, for all these years, I thought, well, Moses got lost going to the promised land. But really, what happened is Moses realized the people were not ready to go into the promised land. Right? Yeah. And so he goes up onto the mountain. He goes into this higher place of consciousness where he knows he is one with the one, and he receives the information of these are the commandments. Because if you don't get them, we all learned, right? If you don't do them. Yeah, it's on. Are y'all hearing me okay? Yeah. If we don't do them, we're going to get punished. I remember those lessons. Woo. And God's fly swatter can be really big and hit hard, right? And so these are the commandments. We are supposed to live into these commandments. Did you know that in Hebrew, the Asoret Hadibrat, the 10 utterances, not 10 commandments. The 10 words, the 10 things. These are the 10 things that you can do to prepare your consciousness so that you might live in the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, where you might live in and as the flow of life with nothing but prosperity. That sounds a little bit better, doesn't it? It does to me anyway. Does to me. And so today we're talking about the third of those commandments. Remember don't take the Lord's name in vain. Remember that one? Yeah. Now, I don't know what y'all thought that meant, but for the longest time, I thought I couldn't say it. Well, I'm not going to say it because it's still not very nice in the world to curse the name of God. But the reason this is so important, as we explore the ideas and the teachings of our way shower, Jesus, not Jesus the man, but Christ Jesus, the Christed being who awoke to the truth of who he was. The Father and I are one. And everything I've done, you can do when you know who you are. And so he gives, everybody remember that famous Sermon on the Mount? Y'all remember that? And he says, this is in the New International Version. This is Matthew 5:19 and 20. Therefore, anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. Isn't that pretty? We know what that means. I love the message too. Trivialize even the smallest item in God's law, and you will only have trivialized yourself. But take it seriously, show the way for others, and you will find honor in the kingdom. Unless you do far better than the Pharisees in the matters of right living, you won't know the first thing about entering the kingdom. Pharisees. The Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, which you all remember was written, 100 years ago, says that the Pharisees are an individual consciousness. They represent thoughts that arise out of our subconscious, binding man to external forms of religion without giving him understanding and their real meaning. When we bind ourselves to what we see here in Playground Planet Earth and don't understand the spirituality, the spiritual teaching, the spiritual truth underneath this saying, then we are binding ourselves to graven images, to false idols. And Fillmore wrote in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary 100 years ago, those who interpret the scriptures literally, those who personalize God, Christ, devil, and localize heaven and hell are the Pharisees of the present time. Ooh, he was throwing shade 100 years ago. But see, we know that these commandments, that these utterances, these words, these suggestions, or as Dr. Leonard Felder calls them, these challenges. This is a book I read in my first round of seminary. They give us a pattern for expanding in consciousness, and everything begins with a thought. Yes? Everything begins with a thought. So we have to be clear on what our thoughts are. We have to have an ennobled identity for ourselves and for others. Ennobled identity. Ennobled is to lend greater dignity or nobility of character, to elevate in degree of excellence or respect, to dignify or to exalt. We have to recognize the Christ of everyone we see, especially when we look in the mirror. Because let me tell you, if we can't know that holy divine lives in us, like we just sang, that the holy divine, if we can see it out there, it's in us, and we have to see it in us in order to behold it in someone else. We have to eliminate all those thoughts in the subconscious, those Pharisees of thought in our own consciousness that would make anything limited to this manifest playground planet Earth. To know the truth that we are unlimited in potential, that we are divine in potential, because while we are fully divine in potential, we are fully human in expression right now. And the way we anoint our physical experience, the way we ennoble it, is that we become clear of who we are and who everyone else is. Every person that we love easily and joyfully, and every person that we withhold our love from, is also the Christ in potential. And so, according to Dr. Felder, that the third of these challenges, the third utterance, the third word, offers us guidance about our relationships. Relationships? What, Todd? One of you was thinking that, I could tell. Stop cutting your eyes at your spouse. The third commandment can be seen as a helpful reminder you won't be able to keep. Is a helpful reminder you won't be able to keep, especially promises in which you say, I swear to God, I'll do it. Knowing that you can't do that. Anybody ever swear to God? I swear to God, I'm going to do it. That's a reminder in our relationships to, if you go back to the 4 agreements, to be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. Dr. Felder also tells us that the third commandment can be seen as a reminder not to become rigid or self-righteous when you disagree with someone. I highlighted that in the book for myself. Because I like to be right. I mean, I usually am. But and when I'm not right, someone will let me know in a loving, kind way. And I have to tell you that I don't expect everyone to agree with me, or even anyone to agree with me, because it is not my job as the spiritual leader, as the minister of this community, to tell you what is truth. My job is to inspire you to find truth in yourself. And the truth is there. The truth is there. So we don't become rigid or self-righteous. We do not use the name in vain. It can also be seen as a warning against using hurtful words, against the common human tendency to use God's name as a weapon to get back at someone, especially our loved ones, when we're angry or upset. You ever known anyone that used the name of God to try and manipulate you into doing something that you knew for you was not right, was not true, was not blessed? So we have to be aware of not using and wielding God, absolute good and unconditional love, as a weapon or a tool to manipulate. And when we experience that, and we might, here in Playground Planet Earth, we forgive. We forgive. And finally, this is one that I'm going to remind you of, but I don't see this. But the third commandment tells us not to take others for granted. And I see and I experience a community that is grounded in appreciation, that is grounded in gratitude. There are so many thank yous that happen in this community, so much joy and so much love that happen. And we just want to make sure we're carrying that out into the world. We want to carry so much gratitude and saying thank you to everyone we meet that we want them to go, I want to know what it is about you. And you can say, hey, come join me at Crystal Coast Unity. Join me online at Crystal Coast Unity at 10:30 Eastern Time. Because you don't have to live here, right? You can even be in Canada or Mexico or Colorado or Brazil, right? You can be anywhere. Puerto Rico. You were just in Las Vegas, weren't you? Yeah. We were hoping you were going to win. Oh, well, can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, right? That's why I've never won the lottery. Not taking the Lord's name in vain is about our relationships, but the most important relationship that we have is with ourselves. Peggy's feeding me my lines. Our most important we have is with ourselves, because we have to understand that I am one with the one. I am an individualized expression of unconditional love, of absolute good. And so, we have to look at this metaphysically as well, because it's not just about the relationships with others, but metaphysically that truth that underlies all things, right? The metaphysically, this commandment is about how we use the name of God. The name of God is I am. I am. And saying anything other than I am love, I am good, well, that's not truth. Ed Rabel, a Unity minister and a teacher at the school, now to take that name in vain, what does it mean? That would be to try to disconnect that name from truth, or to try to connect it to something which is not in truth, that is in vain. Your real self, your I am, is one with only goodness, truth, and reality. Your I am should only be connected with the truth and reality. Reality in the unity sense is that which is absolute and unchanging. This world here is not reality. It changes. Capital R reality is unchanging, eternal. And so we connect the truth and reality to our I am. I am love. Anything other than this is in vain. It is connected with the attempt to connect with lies, illusions, and fallacies. And when we're in relationship with people, it sometimes gets really easy to misuse our I am. Because, see, we know here at Unity that God is not loving. God is love, the presence of, the power of. God is not all powerful. God is all power. God is not all knowing. God is all wisdom, all knowledge, the thing itself, because there is only one thing active in my life and in the universe: God. Absolute good and unconditional love. And so if God is the thing itself, then when I get in an argument and someone says, "Are you angry?" Yes, I'm angry. You ever said that? Anybody ever said? Okay, so what you have said metaphysically, what you have claimed to the universe, because there is no thing itself, you are I am anger. What do you think happens with that big old ball of energy that you have just claimed? You're going to make a hairball. So when we're in that argument and we have that emotion, we can say, there is anger. There is anger, and I am love. There is sadness, and I am love. There is fear, and I am love. And when we can give acknowledgement to that which is not love that is showing up in our consciousness, it gives us the opportunity to heal it, to use our power of renunciation and cleanse ourselves from it. Some things we just need to transform. There is great power and energy in anger that leads to transformation. But to claim I am anger means that you are creating resistance in your life from receiving the good that is available to you. And so I am one with the one. I am one with love. And when we can come back to that, when that can become our mantra, when that becomes the thought that we base all other thoughts upon, every thought exists before there is an action, before there is a manifestation. If we can keep bringing ourselves back to I am love and there is anger, I am love and there is sadness, then before we take any action, before we create anything in the manifest world, we channel it through this idea of I am love, and then our actions become loving. What we manifest becomes absolute good and serves the best and highest good. Because when we create out of that low vibration energy that is not love, you know, and we know people that have done that. I mean, Joseph's brothers who sold him into slavery, you know, they meant it for good. And then it took, I don't know how many years for absolute good and unconditional love to shift things and move things and turn things, and so that he was able to say with forgiveness, you meant it for evil and God meant it for good. But if we interrupt ourselves and then model for the people in our lives that everything we do comes out of this idea that I am love, and then our our actions and our manifestations come forth grounded in love, then our good is almost instantaneously right here for us. And we don't have to wait years and years and years, because it only seems like years and years and years to us from our human personality, because at the level of spirit, where we are individualized expressions of the one, there's only right now. There's only right now. Right here and right now. Holy divine, I am one with the one. I am love. Sometimes we mess that up. Because I was sitting here and I got distracted. But I got distracted because I went to say hi to Nick and to praise Nick. Doesn't Nick do a great job on our cameras? If you ever go back and watch, he is amazing. But he said, hey, this camera's not working. So I came out here and I climbed up on a chair to fix that. Wasn't that attractive for everyone? And then I went in to see if it was fixed, and he just rolled around. He was like, oh, that was the wrong camera. And so while I'm getting ready to start a talk about the power of I am, the subconscious thought was, I am so stupid. I'm not stupid. I made a mistake. But I said, I'm stupid. And because I'm stupid, I got tangled up in a hairball of stupid. And then I didn't do the announcements. Which were supposed to come at the beginning of the service, so that we don't have this spiritual moment with Deidrey's amazing music, an inspirational prayer, time together, some meditation, and then that woke everybody up. That we hit that solid wall, because we're on this energetic experience. And then I'm going to tell you the announcements. We're going to do that today, though, because there are things you need to know, but they'll be shorter today. And if you came late to miss the announcements, you didn't. You're going to hear them anyway. See, we're all walking each other home, and we always need a constant reminder of the I am. I am one with the one. I am love. Not I am loving. I am the presence itself, individualized as me. When we can be clear of that we are individualized expressions of love, and we claim that, then our personality, right? Because our personality is where we're all different. And our personality becomes to understand, and then all the things we do are love. They are grounded in absolute good. And that makes our relationships better. When we know our relationship with the divine, when we know that everyone else is an individualized expression of that same love, then how can we do anything but be love in that moment? And there will be challenges, because we have a personality. Know anybody with a personality that just, it's like sandpaper? If you don't, let me know, and I'll work on our relationship. I am one with the one. Say that with me. I am one with the one, and I am grateful. I am grateful. I'm grateful for all of you. Thanks for being here at Crystal Coast Unity this morning. And so it is.
Thank you for your inspiration as always, Rev Todd. We are holy. We are love. Let us sing this one. Love is holy. God holy. I am made in the image and likeness I know in my heart I am holy, holy, the beautiful, holy essence of God. Yes, you are beautiful, the holy essence of God. And that's the truth. You are made. You are made in the image and likeness of God. Open your eyes and see what's inside, and know in your heart you are holy, so full of love, holy, a beautiful, holy essence of God. Yes, you are beautiful, the holy essence of God. Let us sing, we are made. We are made in the image and likeness of God. We open our eyes, we open our eyes and see what's inside. We know in our hearts we are holy, so full of love. Holy, yes, we are love, the beautiful, the holy essence of God. Yes, we are beautiful, the holy essence of God. Again, we are beautiful, the holy essence of God.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Deidrey.